Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what makes sense here. Like in my last video update, I mentioned the fact that like we probably should have already broken up and we hadn't yet. There were a couple things like that that were indicating we might be losing steam on the bullish model and maybe we got to dump a little bit first. So I don't know if this last dump that stopped me out of, I moved my trades off of this chart, but my Matic entries were lower down. I have one open, which is a leverage trade, which I'm down on. And then I have my longer term stuff. I don't have any short term trades open now, so I'm pretty sure all my stops got hit. I'll double check though. I'm trying to figure all that out now. I got to log into multiple accounts. But now that I'm looking at everything, so one of the things you can do, by the way, I don't think I've showed anybody this in a while, but if you right click over here in Trading View, you can go to Invert Scale. Now watch this. Flips everything upside down. So now down is bullish, that's price going up, and up is price going down. Now what that allows you to do, sometimes it just helps to get like a fresh image, right? So like if I go to Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin inverted. So it looks like we have this big bear flag forming, right? But that bear flag actually means the price would go up. So this is a big move up in price, right? But it just flips the chart around. So when I'm looking at that, it looks really bullish, especially with the Stoke looking really bullish. On the short time frame, on the 15, we should at least get a solid bounce here and then see if we can recover. Because the way this looks, even though the hour reversal got screwed up, it's still super low on the Stoke. It isn't like a clear pattern here. We don't really have a good pattern. So that could still get saved. It is still possible. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're completely done with our bullish model and we have to dump or anything. That's not the case at all. So there's definitely some potential here. The daily model still could be recovered as well. It kind of all comes down to what happens with the 4 hour. So the 4 hour at this rate in another 4 hours could reverse and go bullish. So maybe we just have to stay down a little bit longer, then we can pull up and get that bullish reversal just way behind schedule. So it's still possible to save it. I just don't know how to enter short-term trades and capitalize on this because it's so hard to read right now because it's kind of slipping. Like my models have been so on point lately, and now the general trends could still fit, but that precision entry where I say, oh, we're about to reverse, and then an hour later we're completely reversed and we're pumping, and then I say, oh, we're about to go down, and then an hour later we just dump and we're going down. Like I've been doing that for the last 4 or 5 days nonstop. And I always say eventually my model is going to have an off day. Eventually my model is not going to be so accurate. And the pattern's going to fail, right? You can flip a coin 100 times. You're not going to get heads 100 times. We're going to average out 50-50. My model happens to be really accurate. So when I'm right 10, 15 times in a row, there's probably a really good chance that I'm going to be wrong eventually because my model is going to fail. And it looks like the model is just not holding up right now, but not 100%. On the lower time frames, definitely my model failed because I had some short-term entries that didn't work, that ended up not holding support and they just dumped. Like this is my short-term entry was supposed to go up here and it just went down. So my shorter-term model is definitely failing. The only question is my longer-term model still holding up? Because if my longer-term model is going to remain bullish, then we're safe. We don't have to worry about new lows or anything. So overall, I'm still quite bullish, but shorter-term, it's a bit murkier. So I'm going to dive in. I want to confirm in my other account to see if I have any other positions open. I know I have a couple leverage trades open, but I'm not sure if I have any of the short-term plays open. Maybe my last ADA buy could be open, although I had a pretty tight stop loss. I'm going to do a survey of my accounts and just double check to see which orders I still have on the books. And then I'll come up with some potential analysis of where I think we might go. But a few things I got to look at first. All right, I'll touch base in a bit.